Now, every year, people get excited and people are hopeful for change. People are hopeful for transformation. And don't get me wrong, it's very important to be excited about the new year. And I'm super excited about this year. I don't know about you. Happy, happy, happy new year and happy 2026. But but here is the catch, friends, that a new year does not automatically change your life. You have to make a commitment to asking yourself, what are the critical things and elements that you want to see transform and metamorph and become as far as your vision thinking is concerned? Now, today we're going to talk about the power of vision board. I hope that you have created one, because I've helped people to create vision boards. I also have a vision board. I have a family vision board. I have a vision board that encompasses quite a number of things in my life. And I hope also you have one. And today we're going to ask ourselves, how do we make our vision board work for us? Because it's one thing to create a fancy, well-looking vision board. It's another thing to really get yourself into the trenches to making sure that that vision board translates into the outcome that you're looking forward to. Now, vision board is an opportunity for you to look for a possible future, putting together pieces of information concerning what you're looking forward to achieve in various elements of your life. Now, consider your life as a wheel. There is a whole aspect called the wheel of life. So you have career, you have finances, you have social life, you have your physical well-being, mental well-being, intellectual capacity, social networks, and quite a number of things. Consider that as a wheel. If you look at each element of this part of your life, is the wheel moving uniformly, or is the wheel sort of dancing? You know how sometimes where the wheel is not very good and it's going like this. It's wiggly. And for sure, if you have not been able to invest in every aspect of your life uniformly, the wheel of life is not going to move forward uniformly. And an opportunity like this, when the new year is starting and people are sitting down to envision what the possible future looks like, it's an opportunity for you also to have hard conversation about what do you want to achieve, where do you want to go, as far as your family is concerned, as far as your business is concerned, as far as your career is concerned, and committing incredible number of hours, patching together those pieces of information and asking yourself, what actions do I need to take concerning this element, as far as the possible future is concerned? Another thing about a vision board, creating a vision board is a statement of faith. It's a statement of faith because when you write the vision down, you know exactly where you're going. Now, it's so sad that many people move with speed but without direction. And speed without direction will be very destructive. But speed with direction takes you to the desired destination. Now, we consider, because at this period of time, we're going to consider a number of things concerning a vision board. Number one, you realize that there are 4 principles as far as a vision board is concerned. Number one is clarity. A vision board gives you clarity. You exactly know that this is what I'm going to invest in terms of my career. This is what I'm going to invest in terms of your professionalism, your finances, and all those elements that feeds into your wheel of life. So you have clarity. Now, clarity is precious because clarity protects you from distraction. Now, people who do not have clarity, anything mesmerizes them. But when you have clarity, you are able to detach yourself from possible distraction that comes along the way. So, clarity. Number 2, alignment. Now, alignment is important because when you are in alignment, it talks to us about you prioritizing what is important. It's important for you to realize, friends, that at this period of your life, you're moving from time management to priority management. And when you're coming to the level of priority management, you are allowing yourself to be aligned with the clarity of your vision. Number 3, actionable. Your vision board has to be actionable. You need to put together what exactly you're going to do. Don't have this wishful thought of putting things that you know they're too far from you, and that suffice to say, you should also be able to ask yourself, what capacity do I need to build so that I can action these elements of my vision board? So actionable vision board is important so that you are able to put into practice what exactly you've committed yourself to do. The number 4 is ownership. You have to create a vision board that you own, a vision board that you are able to commit yourself to doing exactly what you have said you're going to do. And when you're owning a vision board, you're committing yourself that your identity is going to transform based on the fact that you've committed yourself to building your life and building the life that you desire. Now, suffice to also add, when you look at vision board and you look at New Year's resolution, they're supposed to coalesce. We must have what we call collegiality, whereby your resolution feeds into your vision board. Now, your vision board is what you set and your eyes are always looking at it. And every day when you wake up, it should be something that you can look at. It should be something that you can that can give you that sort of accountability as you move through life, because that is very important. Now, at Okanda Leadership Academy, I've been able to draft a vision book that is able to help you build your capacity, but making sure that you are consistently checking your life based on what you've committed yourself to do. So, like, for example, this vision book has broken your life into 10 elements. So we have what you call the career and professionalism, financial investment and wealth creation. We have spiritual and faith, personal and intellectual growth. And then we have emotional well-being and mental health, physical health. And then we're also looking at family and relationship. Number 8, social capital and networking. Number 9, your hobbies, your talents and recreation. And then number 10, your community contribution. Now, throughout the year, throughout the 56 weeks of the year, you're able to sit down and every week you're able to evaluate your vision board and where you're going. Because you realize if you create a vision board and you do not build a system that is able to hold you accountable, that vision board is a wishful thinking. And you need to move from wishful thinking to actionable thinking. And every week, you're able to ask yourself, what are your top achievements? What are the challenges that you faced in that week? And how can you overcome them? And then the third thing, what are the focused areas for next week? And then each of those weeks, you're also able to rate yourself based on each of those elements, or that which we call the wheel of life, those 10 pillars that forms up the wheel of your life. You're able to rate yourself out of 10. There must be a sense of you being very genuine with the feedback that you are writing down. And then you move to the next week. You do that every week for the 56 weeks. But also, at the end of every month, there's also an opportunity for you now to review. You come from doing the weekly reviews for every month, and then at the end of that month, you're able to also review so that you keep traction of what you have committed yourself to do. And then in addition to that, there's also this, the template, the vision board template. So this one also has also taken the 10 pillars of what is in the vision book and put it down. And then now you're able to ask yourself, where are you in terms of rating yourself? And this one has to be on the wall. Now, this one, you do it in the beginning of the year. This one you don't do. So the weekly one, you do it here. So here you're able to assess yourself based on what you want to achieve. And then you write it down exactly. And then when you come down here, you ask yourself, what is the goal for each of the pillar? What is the action steps for each of the pillar? What is the timeline? What is the horizon? Sort of, is it a long term? Is it a short term or medium term? And then also resources. What are the resources that you need? And then also looking at the progress update. How are you doing in terms of what exactly have you achieved in that sense of each of the elements of your vision board? So this is so critical. So all these materials are available at Okanda Leadership Academy. If you're watching this video clip, you can place your order through the contact on this screen, and then you'll be able to get a delivery. Now, let's get back to the essence of so this is one of the ways you build the systems. And systems are critical. Realize this, that even the grace of God works through systems. Now, someone might ask me, Okanda, what then is the importance of doing this vision board? Because many people talk about this vision board, people write about it and stuff like that. I've also done a whole material concerning it. But number one, a vision board provides visual focus for the year. So you have a sense of focus and a sense of commitment to where and what you want to achieve. Number two, your vision board reminds you of your decisions daily. So every single day, when you sit down yourself, you're able to analyze, evaluate, and look clearly to the things you have committed yourself to do. And you're able to remind yourself of the decisions you're making every single day. Number three, it encourages accountability to yourself. So you have to be, you have to build a system where you are accountable to the systems that you build. So when you're creating the vision board, then this gives you an opportunity to be accountable. Number 3, motivates action and intentional planning. So basically, you're able to have a way to sit down, take an action, and also create an intentional planning structure for your life. That when you are seated down, you're asking yourself difficult question. What do I want to achieve in this area of my life? What do I want to see in this aspect of my life, which is very, very important. Now, as we almost wrap this, your vision is not just about dreaming. It's about deciding and aligning your life with the possible future that you want to achieve. When you sit down to create your vision board, don't just make it pretty. Use it as a tool to make your decisions clear, because it's about responsibility for the direction that you want to take. Now, critically very important as well, when you talk about focus and strategic thinking, your vision board is able to give you the ability to be a strategic thinker. So when you wake up in the morning, you're not going to live anyhow. You're going to commit yourself to living in alignment with what exactly you want to achieve, which is very critical. Now, Jesus gives a very important illustration in the book of Luke chapter number 14 from verses 28. And he says, "For which of you, desiring to build a tower, does not first sit down and count the costs?" Now, counting the cost is the ability for you to sit down and strategically think, what will cost me to achieve this desired outcome? Now, if it does not cost you, it's not worth it. If it does not put pressure on you, it's not worth it. If it is not pushing you to think, to make new relationships, to look for better opportunities, to ask yourself, do I need to ask for a pay rise? Do I need to look for a better job? All those elements, you're able to critically and strategically think about it when you have a vision board ready. Because you're telling yourself, by the end of this year, I have to move from point A to point B. And then you sit down with a book and a pen and you write exactly that. You try to draw that possible future and what exactly you want to achieve. Now, when you do that, you're able to strategically think and ask yourself, how do I move from this point to the other point? The other thing is this. A vision board will also push you to emulate self-leadership. Now, if you have lived in this world for the number of years you have lived, you have to come to this final conclusion that leading yourself is the toughest job you're going to have for the rest of your life. And in our week 2, we're going to talk about habit stacking and how do you create habits that work for you. But most importantly, when you forfeit the responsibility of leading yourself, your vision board will crash. And self-leadership is the ability for you to be consciously aware where you need to go, the decisions you need to make, and how you need to make them. And when you have that conscious decision, therefore you are able to move from wishful thinking to deliberate lifestyle, to purposeful lifestyle, to making decisions that reflect the kind of a person you want to become. Because self-leadership is doing what matters even when nobody is watching you. And that is so critical for your understanding. So I hope this content will help you to ask yourself some other difficult questions as far as your vision board is concerned. Remember, vision board is an opportunity for you to visualize a possible future, and vision board is an expression of faith. But also, vision board gives you an opportunity to build systems around which you want to invite God to walk and work through you. But also, most importantly, vision board gives you an opportunity to strategically think about what that desired end looks like. And then critically as well, you have to emulate self-leadership for you to achieve the goals that you have set yourself to do. Without self-leadership, your vision board will come tumbling down. But most importantly, remember to get the material so that you can be able to sit down with yourself, write these elements. And the good thing about this vision board template and the vision book that I've shown you, this material is able to give you an opportunity to rightfully think, what is the possible future that I want to live? And you commit yourself to writing it down. And therefore, if you're able to get this material, I'll be giving you a discounted coaching session where I'll take you through an opportunity to write it down, ask you a number of questions so that you move away from making wishful resolution to identity-based resolution. Cheers. I hope to see you in our next week. We'll be talking about habits and habit formation, habits that work for you. Remember, you don't have a vision board if you have not thought critically about the habits that look like that vision board. So cheers. See you next week.